What's going on, carnivore community on YouTube? It's Brad with the Carnivore Experiment, just reaching out with another update. So I wanted to talk to you guys about some things that are, I started Carnivore last Saturday and it's Monday today, so I'm 7, 8, 9 days in right now. Transition phase has been more or less good. I haven't had a ton of problems. I know, diarrhea is one of the things that people talk about. Constipation is one of the things that people talk about. Brain fog, and then insomnia. There's a lot of different things. So the diarrhea phase for me, still kind of hit or miss. I have hit that before. TMI. I know it's kind of one of the weird things to talk about, but you do have a certain kind of expectation going into this that there is going to be a change in your microbiome, a change in your gut health, and the way that your body processes things. To my understanding, it's largely to do with the amount of fat and liquid or water essentially that makes it to the colon, with a lack of fiber, and fiber would essentially dry up the material stool, making it harder and allowing the colon to reuptake the hydration. Again, I'm not a doctor. That's a very ignorant understanding, but more or less what I want to talk about is the adaptation phase. So for me, it's been pretty good. I think that what I've seen from a lot of other folks in this community is if you keep your food up and you keep your salt, your electrolytes up, and your water up, and specifically make sure that you're not cheating, right? So what happens, I think, a lot of times is that people do carnivore or like ketovore, and this was some things that I saw a lot with keto, was that they're trying to rationalize the lack of carbohydrates, is what it seems like to me. So what I saw in the keto experience is that I would talk with folks about would be like they would always try to hit 40 grams of carbs or net carbs, and they'd always be kind of cheating and teetering on that line of actually being in ketosis. Well, when you do low carb, that's the area where you feel like trash all the time, because you're not actually fat adapted. You're living off of carbohydrates. You're in too low of carb intake, and you just feel like trash. So for me, at least in my experience, I just go at it full force, right? So no carbs, no anything, meat, salt, butter, eggs, bacon, like literally zero carbohydrates, no vegetables. I think I've had maybe 1 gram of carbs in the last 10 days. Lots of salt, lots of water, lots of salt. That really seems to help. But outside of that, I've been feeling great. Now, last night, and I posted this on my Facebook pages, and I posted to some of the groups that I'm involved in, the World Carnivore Tribe, and I try to join as many groups as I can to really just network with everyone. And share thoughts and share experiences, and like I said, that's the whole point of this for me, is to just document my changes. So those of you that follow me already know that, but more or less, I say all of that to say that if you go into the carnivore diet, if you go into the carnivore lifestyle, you have to commit, and you have to do it all. You have to do it all in, and there's going to be an adaptation phase. And if you fail trying, that's okay. Nobody's perfect. You try again, and if you set yourself a goal and you commit to that goal and you work towards it, I believe that you will succeed. I believe that everybody can succeed. And some of the addictions that we deal with, as far as sugar and caffeine and these highly processed foods they are designed to make you want them. So don't feel like a failure. Don't feel like a loser if you fail. If you fall off the wagon, get back up and do it again, because this industry, these foods, the stuff that you're eating on a normal, standard American diet is designed to make you do that. They're playing with your human subconscious, things that you can't even control, really. It's addiction. So for me, that was something I struggled with a lot, was the dopamine hit of just eating on food for reward and just in the first 9 days, that's really more or less gone. My cravings are gone. Only eating really when I'm hungry. Only eating for the purpose of nourishment. You think about it like your body is a machine, right? Let's say a car. You don't change the oil, you don't put gas in it, you don't check the air in the tires, you don't take care of it. The thing's gonna do what? It's gonna leave you stranded. It's gonna fall apart, right? You take care of it. I'm driving a 2018 F-250 with 260,000 miles on it. Original transmission, original engine, beautiful. I maintain it. I take care of it. Put oil in it. Now, if I put diesel in it, it's not gonna run right. It's a gas truck. This is a gas engine. Put the wrong fuel in it, it's not gonna run right. Never change the oil, it's gonna blow up. Never take care of it. Guess what happens? Your body is the same. Your body is a machine, a biological machine, more or less. So you change that fuel source, you change that method, you change the way that you perceive hunger, the way that you perceive food, the way that the reward hit, the dopamine hits come. It's totally different. It's totally different. And it's actually, I had some friends over this weekend and they were asking me, aren't you so restricted? Don't you feel, so all you eat is meat? And yeah, and for me, the restriction is actually freeing. It's wild. It's hard to describe because yeah, I only eat, beef, bacon, butter, eggs, pork. I eat meat. I'm meat based. I'll cheat on occasion. You guys have seen this. Cheat with a couple Celsiuses. Today's my first day without a Celsius. No caffeine this morning at all. This is just spring water. And I'm, that's something that I'm trying to break my habit of, and it's okay to not be perfect. Those are things that are, I have a problem with vaping. I smoked 2 packs a day for 20 years of my life. I smoked cigarettes. I've been an on and off smoker. It's been something that I struggle with. It's an addiction. Nicotine is an addiction. So the next goal, but for me to set myself up for success, quitting all those things at one time it's setting yourself up for failure. So, if I say, hey, Brad, self, I'm going to quit smoking cigarettes. I'm going to quit drinking. I'm going to quit eating sugar. I'm going to quit eating processed food. I'm going to quit, vaping. I'm going to quit drinking alcohol. I'm going to do all of this stuff all at the same time. Can it be done? 100% it can be done. The likelihood, in my opinion, of you succeeding at that is almost none. And that's not to be like, hey, some people have drastic lifestyle changes and they commit to it. And I'm the kind of person who really type A, and that's the way I am. I dive all in too, but I have to set realistic expectations for myself and phasing them out. So the next thing that I'm phasing out, I've got 2 vaporizers left, 2. That should get me probably through this week, and my plan is to eliminate those. So then I would have eliminated alcohol, I would have eliminated sugar, I would have eliminated processed carbs, and nicotine and caffeine. Nicotine and caffeine are my 2 vices right now. They'll be gone soon, and we'll be clean, 100%. And that's ultimately the goal, and that's the lifestyle. That's where I want to be. So I say all that again to say, I know that these are really informal, but I say that to say it's okay to be human. It's okay to fail. It's okay to ask the questions. It's okay to wonder why. Hey, I got diarrhea. That's weird. Yeah, it sucks. That's an adaptation phase. It's like, having a baby, let's say, as a woman, and never reading a book about pregnancy, never talking to your mom, never talking to, nothing. Just one day you get pregnant, the next day you have a kid. That's a learning curve. Don't you wish you had some resources? Don't you wish you had someone to talk to? And in the carnivore community with diet and exercise lifestyle and stuff is just massive. And I would love and encourage you all to go join those Facebook pages, join those groups, get some of your peers to just support you, networking, and just put it out there if you're feeling, some type of way, if you're feeling, diarrhea, if you're feeling brain fog, if you're feeling whatever, just ask the questions and see, hey, have I gone through this before? Hey, have any of you guys seen that before? Because that's really been beneficial for me. So last night I struggled with a little bit of insomnia. Actually, I don't want to call it insomnia from the phase of like I couldn't sleep overnight, all night, because I did, but typically, my target bedtime is around 11 p.m. And around 11 o'clock, 10:30, I turned off my electronic devices. I stopped watching TV. You know, I put my books away. I was reading for a little while. My brain is pretty stimulated, but I didn't, you know, no caffeine late, no food late, nothing real out of the ordinary. And I just could not fall asleep. Two hours, I think I sat there, just restless. And I posted the results to that on my Facebook page, because I track every metric I can. I track sleep, I track blood pressure, I track everything. So I say that to say that for about 2 hours, I stared at the ceiling from like 11 to 1 o'clock, finally fell asleep, got up, I had to pee, you know. So, but I woke up this morning, I slept about 5.5 hours last night. I woke up this morning, feel great. Couldn't tell that I didn't sleep last night. You know, I don't know why. I've heard that sleeping less is a thing on Carnivore, that you require less sleep. And I can't attest to that, but I can attest to the first 9-10 days, where I think I'm 9 days in here. The first 9 days, it's wild how different I feel, how much better I feel already. And I'm not even there yet. This is just the beginning. So I think that you guys can do it. I'm proud of myself. You should be proud of yourself. I want you to ask me whatever you want to ask me. There's nothing that I'm not willing to talk about. There's nothing that I'm not willing to share. And I want to know if any of you guys have experienced that kind of stuff too. So I know that that's a big, you know, sensitive subject. People are uncomfortable talking about things like that. You know, it is what it is. You have to have realistic expectations. If you go into this not understanding that there's a phase of adaptation, you're gonna be in for a surprise. So, also one thing I want to just mention, I'm not even really gonna get shout out for this. I don't know Ken Berry. I don't know anything about him, but I'm reading the book, the remake or the new version of Lies My Doctor Told Me. It's been sitting on my shelf for, I don't know, a month, 2 months, and I finally started reading it, and I find that it's a great read, easy. The way that it's set up with chapters, kind of specific, you don't even have to read the whole book necessarily. You can kind of just, you know, choose a section that you want to know more about. So if you haven't read that, I suggest you pick it up. Again, not sponsored in any way. I don't know Ken Berry. I have no financial gain from that, but it's a book I'm reading right now that I really enjoy. So I've read The Carnivore Diet by Sean Baker. I've got a few other books that I'm kind of reading into. So I think that educating yourself and trying to break the stigma of what it is to be a normal American eating a standard American diet in 2025, and being comfortable with that with yourself, and trying to just educate yourself, and being able to speak about it a little bit, at least ignorantly, with what you're trying to do with your friends and family and stuff, because questions are coming. All right, guys, if you don't follow me on Facebook, I share a lot of information there. The Carnivore Experiment on Instagram, Carnivore Experiment on X. Follow me on the social medias. Follow me on YouTube. Ask me if there's anything you want to see. I share a ton every single day. I share multiple photos of blood responses, food. I share as much just information as I can, and I'm willing to share or test or talk to anyone about anything. So you guys let me know what you want to see, how you're doing, and I hope everybody's doing well. Like, subscribe, share, all that fun YouTube stuff. See you later. Peace.